Toycat, and oh no, I'm not IBX Toycat until YouTube says I'm live, which I am. So hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. This is my Nether. Precisely, this is my first ever Nether portal into Nether. This is the first part of my Nether you might have seen if you're familiar with this world. And the funny thing about this is I always had this intention of like, oh, this Nether is now forever. Since it moved to Bedrock, there's no reset Nether. I've basically been worried about mining all of the Nether Quartz just in case, like, what if I need it later? But I think the truth is, I would like the Quartz more, you know, in a usable form, more than I'd like it just chilling in the caves, the walls, all that sort of stuff. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be going around and we're going to be mining all of that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you all enjoy the little bit of a journey we have today, because I also need a lot of experience. I realized recently, like, oh yeah, I need Silk Touch. I'll just get some experience. And I don't have many great ways of getting XP. To this day, the best way for me, because there's no amazing mob farms for Bedrock that do the things I want to do that are actually fun to make. So for me, the thing I need to do most is I need to mine the Nether Quartz. I've got a pickaxe to do precisely that. And we're going to be doing it in today's video. And we're going to be using the experience we get to mine ourselves, or rather to enchant some pickaxes. It's going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And I hope you will enjoy the journey as we come along. Quartz stream. Why am I doing this? Because I need to get the resources. There you go. There's my high quality joke. this is off to a great start. But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna hang out. And the velocity of an unladen swallow.
What is the velocity of an unladen swallow?
See, that is a good question. And you know what? I am perfectly equipped to answer it. 7. That's the speed. You might question 7 of what unit? And the answer is yes, exactly. Hey, thank you, Izzy Alice. Good to see you here also. The cool thing about, like, because, like, on this stream, we tend to have, like, on this channel, we tend to have, like, 2 types of streams, right? There's, like, very busy, like, I guess, honestly, I've been thinking about it a lot, because, this is kind of the inside baseball stuff that, like, maybe you don't need to care about, but, you know, maybe you find it fascinating. YouTube channels have, like, 2 types of content. The type of content that plays very well with existing subscribers, and the type of stuff that gets new subscribers, etc. And somehow, you know, I never thought live streams could grow with people, but YouTube, you know, like, there are some things that will have a lot more viewers, and that's, we have 2 types of streams like that. The chill streams like this are the ones that seem to be very popular with subscribers, and then there's the stuff that is necessary to get the channel going. So it's always fun to do both types and have the fun mix that we have right here. I guess a similar way to put it is like, hey, I just found out you're British. How dare you, says Jammin'. I am sorry. I have lied to you. More and more people do say I sound American, and I don't know how to react to that, honestly. Like, I don't feel like it's true, but also, like, you don't want to deny something like that, because that's how you get people saying it more and more and more. But yeah, long story short, I am British, and my accent is slowly getting more American. But also, yeah, just as a fun thing you might not know, is that every YouTuber might have a most popular series, but after a certain amount of time, like, you know, every channel's doing this perfect balancing act, and that's why so many big YouTubers are always like, let's put this politely, like, they don't seem to perfectly one-to-one follow what your wishes are, because they're following one-to-one what the wishes of the group of people are, not just subscribed, but also not subscribed. It's a whole fun thing. It's kind of like, I don't know, everyone has, this is something every profession, every productive thing you can do in the world has. There are some parts that are more effective than other parts, but that doesn't mean the parts that aren't effective aren't valuable. Also, how's it going? So I can't, socialism is evil, says James Crabtree. Are you trying to get me killed, friend? I feel like you are, and I don't know if I appreciate that very much. Michael Nicole, Toycat, can we have another trusted only realm like you promised us? By the way, in the video, the bridge to France is me. I don't think I promised that in the slightest, friendo. You might need to look up what our promise is, but I also had a weak old world and a better enchants. Thank you very much for the flex on me, real legend. It means a lot.
Since Quartz is your main source of XP, how many stacks have you mined since the start of your world?
Here's the thing, most of the time I need experience. This is dumb, but like, this is what I like about Minecraft, is the XP, you can ignore it if you really want to. Like, I've always just felt like, if you make a farm where you get XP, you just kind of remove a mechanic from the game. Like, sure, it makes it easier to do the other things you want to do, but I kind of like sometimes that you're like, oh yeah, I need to get experience. Let's do an activity where we gain experience, then later we can do an experience, or we don't get it. What's up, dude, says Jake's Colleagues. Hey, thank you for the Australian dollars, friendo. What's up is, I'm having a good day. Thank you for asking. But, yeah, it's like, I don't know, to me, Minecraft, I like balance a lot, I guess. You know, I've made Thanos jokes before, but like, there is for real, like, an important aspect in life, but also in Minecraft, of balancing things well. You need to get the balance right between, you know, like life is a game of balance, and Minecraft imitates
Good day,
life quite
Toy
well.
Cat.
You
How
could
is it going? Great stream yesterday. Hope to have some interesting discussions today.
say. Thanks so much, Commander Y. I always feel like a super nervous thing when people are like, yeah, we're gonna have some good discussions. You're gonna do this and this, and I'm like, I don't even know what we talk about. I sometimes like try to like, okay, what are we gonna say today? And then I never like can stick to it because these streams are like, let's hang out, let's talk, let's do a thing, and even I don't know the direction going into them. And maybe that's what makes them beautiful, but maybe it's not. You know, maybe everything should have a direction. Do a ghast impression now, says Food Review. Ah, yeah. I can't do it. Like, it's a backwards cat noise. Fun fact. How far are you gonna have to go to walk to generate the new biomes when they come to the main game? Says Mr. Memes. So I've explored this way, and I've explored this way. In fact, I'll just fly up and show you. But I've
I
explored.
like watching your streams while I work from home. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Daniel Burke, so much for the $10 things. I guess a lot of people are working from home. Yeah, the numbers do seem to reflect that like a lot more people are watching YouTube services and stuff like that now. It's very interesting to see. Because, you know, even though there's fewer people advertising, so like money as a whole is down, it's cool to be reaching more people than before. But yes, I've explored everything in that direction, and I explored very far in that direction, like 4,000 blocks versus like 80,000 blocks in that direction. But as far as this way and that way, I've gone like 600 blocks that way, and maybe 200, 300. So all I have to do is explore that way, about 500, maybe 1,000 blocks, and I'll find all of the new biomes. Look at that ghast, by the way. That ghast is having a fun time. What's your favorite movie, Toy Cat? So I don't know if it's my favorite anymore, because it's been forever since I watched it. Like, I just don't watch it too much. Lol, there is no pressure. Just chatting random stuff is great, says Commander Y. That's why I like these streams a little bit more. Like, again, it's that thing about, you know, I just mentioned, like, oh yeah, the objectively better thing to do in terms of every metric you can imagine would be only do streams that are wildly popular with new subscribers. But the cool thing about stream tips and stuff like that from like Blondie96 as an Asian American. Oh, I don't know where I read Asian American. As an American, you don't sound American. You know, there's a 1 in like 10, 1 in like 20 chance that you're an Asian American. I'll just roll with it and pretend that I'm a psychic. I guessed what you thought even though you didn't say it. There, that's how smart I am. But yeah, basically I actually think I know a lot of where this Nether Quartz is because it's been that way. I think we've reset our Nether a few times before this. But your pickaxe. Don't worry, the pickaxe has got plenty in it. But yeah, the objectively best thing to do would just be to like do the things that lure in the most new viewers all the time. But yeah, it's sometimes fun to have the chill, let's hang out kind of vibes. I guess maybe that's I sometimes think about this a lot. Like, there's 2 modes you can be in life, right? There's the struggle, max out everything you can kind of mode, and then there's the mode of like, let's just chill and take it as it is. You know, or kind of we can just describe it even more simply as like, do the fun things or do the most important things. And it's sometimes like, why wouldn't you pick the most important thing at every single juncture you can? But I'm gonna put a headphone in. Would be an important thing. Will you ever repair the pickaxe? How do you not have anxiety? So if you look at the bar right here, it's about 30% filled, and an unbreaking 3 pickaxe only uses durability every 4th use on average. It's 1 in 4 chance. No, I'm white actually, says OX Blondie. Have you checked your DNA reports, Mr. OX Blondie? I might have some news for you. How long have you had the IGN IBX Toy Cat? So I actually don't use it in many games. I only use it on YouTube, and like it's just my branding at this point. Just because of the fact that Toy Cat was taken by some weird South Korean thing back in 2009 when I started this account. But on everything else, like my gamer tag is Toy Cat, right? Look, I'm just Toy Cat with a little cat pit shop there. Hey, thank you, Dab of Water, for becoming a member on the channel. Hope you're doing great today. But the new camera angle is Dab Cat. It's funny because like I used to spend a lot of effort like making sure the camera always looked at me, but apparently it's better if I like have it so when I look at chat, I'm looking that way. Also, let's just knock the zombie pigment off. It's just easier that way. And here we go. Got some more Nether Quartz. So we're just gonna fly around the Nether looking for it this way, and then once we've got enough XP points, we can leave. We can enchant, and then I want to start like literally mining tunnels for it because I feel like that it's not the most effective way, but it does have some fun little benefits. So yeah, we're just gonna take all the easy bits for now because they're just chilling here. And why'd you have to get stuck up there, Nether Quartz? You have to do this to me. What's the best enchant in your opinion, and why? So a lot of people prefer mending, and I think it's totally valid. Like, if you like mending, I'm not here to poop on your gas tank. But, what I am gonna say is that, unbreaking, unlike mending, doesn't require a source of experience, to keep it going. So, unbreaking's like... Unbreaking, I feel like... You need unbreaking and mending together to make mending actually viable anyway. So unbreaking is definitely my favorite enchantment, just because it keeps things a bit easy. Although actually, wait. In modern day Minecraft though, oh, we're gonna have to stack up for this. In modern day Minecraft, I will say, small caveat on that one, is that it's so easy to get enchanted diamond pickaxes and stuff that unbreaking's not necessary. But when Netherite becomes a thing, there's only one way to get Netherite so far, and it's mining. Also, when's that cooking with Toy Cat, says James Crabtree. Good question. I just do them on a whenever I feel like it basis. Again, that's the cool thing about things that aren't, like, wildly successful, is, on the one hand, they're not gonna gain you a huge number of fans or whatever, and that means that you can do them whenever it just feels like it. Maybe that's a bad set of logic, but you better believe it's my logic anyway. A little dicey there. But, yeah, so, I feel like the best enchantment right now, like, the best enchantment will be unbreaking, and it was unbreaking. Right now, probably goes to mending or to, like, silk touch is... There's like 30 blocks you can't get without silk touch. I have to remind people of this every now and then, but like, man, life without silk touch is a life not worth living. I do have to say that. Make an enderman farm instead. I made an enderman farm, and then immediately, like, we're talking 3 weeks after or something, they patched it out. And it's like, why? Why? Why did you do that to me, Mojang? I spent 3 hours. I tortured myself to make that. By the way, thank you, Jericho. But yeah, so, long story short, there are lots of really good farms for experience. But given that Minecraft Bedrock's position seems to be, we're not a big fan of them, or if they like them, then they're doing a very good job at showing that fact. And I don't like it as gameplay anyway. It's like, why go out of my way to make something that isn't really officially meant to be that way anyway, you know? Can you have a communist country without the government for the people, by the way? I mean, that's one of those, like, scholarly questions of, like... There are loads of, like, systems that seem to be at odds with how humans interact with the world. Like, it doesn't mean the ideology is flawed, although it does for the fact that it doesn't take into account that humans don't work. Even if there's an ideal way for humans to operate, there are certain ways you cannot get humans to operate. And sadly, people who think that there is such thing as, like, true, you know, sharing, you know, take what you want, not what you need, or whatever. I think it's take what you will. No, take each according to their wants, and no, wait, to each according to their needs, and from each according to their ability, or something like that. But it's like, I mean, but like, who governs that system? You know, like, because humans have like this element of like authority that's I think it exists in us because we are usually raised by like parents or something, right? Is that gonna chase me? Oh lord, it is. I think it's because we're usually raised by, you know, figures of authority. That like everyone always has. There's a lot of people who are like, I hate that there are some people like this. They're like, why would you, you know, like, why would you not do a thing? You can't get caught. If there's no authority figure, it means you can do whatever you want. Villages, how I get all my XP, works pretty well. Could be faster though. Oh yeah, villages are my usual way. If I'm like just chilling there, I'll be like, let's kill, you know, let's get some villages going. But Nether Quartz gets you a nice block that like, I think I want more of anyway. I've got a really dumb idea for it. That it needs like a lot of Nether Quartz. I figured like let's just mine it for a bit, okay? My dumb idea, in case you're curious, because who doesn't want to hear my dumb ideas? I'll have you know you all do. Will you do another challenge run? If so, when? I was thinking tomorrow of doing all 4 boss run. Again. The only problem is I feel like it's way better in 1.16. Considering the scale of 1 block, 1 meter, how big is Quartz? Did someone say? How big is a Minecraft bee? A Minecraft bee is something like 80 centimeters by 80 centimeters. It's horrifying on every level. Every definition of the word horrifying describes the Minecraft bee. It's best we don't think about the Minecraft bee's actual scale, because again, it's too much for me to like to think about, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, so also, you didn't get the lost joke in the second channel, says Denka's Warriors. I know! So many people, someone even emailed me to tell me that. It's like, I'm sorry I didn't get a joke. Why does everyone need to share me that? I saw it the first time. You didn't need to. I guess there's this funny thing where it's very hard to have a conversation with a lot of people. And there's some of those factors we've kind of like, it's been worked out. Like, I like that people want to be. Oh, by the way, I have my fishbowl. I've just been leaving it there. But like, one of the problems of having a conversation with so many people at the same time, like some people know, like, oh yeah, of course he can't speak to me directly. Some people don't know that, and it's scary. Like, you can tell it's usually like, without offense, it's usually like pretty rich growing up people who have clearly had everything they've ever wanted their whole life. And I don't understand, like, but why is the person not seeing me as interesting? Like, usually young too. Like, if you're like 18, you probably have understood how the world works, no matter what your growing up situation is. But like, when you're like super young, there's like a level of spoiledness or like something coming from you where it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be how this is. I think at one point I think I've told the story before, but like, it's the most horrified moment that I ever had where like, I started speaking to a guy who was like, oh yeah, like, it just a long time ago, was just like, oh, I want to talk to you about this. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll speak to this guy. He seems genuine and secure. And then just like midway through the conversation, he's like, so you're gonna record a video of me, right? And I was like, oh, no, it's all good. And he's like, why won't you? And then he starts like angrily swearing. The words that he used have gotten more offensive since the time he said them. But like, the kind of flip where like people are like, oh, I'm gonna be super friendly until I don't get what I want is it's something I'm very cautious of in humans. It kind of goes to that whole thing of like, if there's no system to reward and unreward, if there's no like persistent system there's no reputation, no downsides, some people will do some bad things. Oh man, that's a lot of wither skeletons. Should we kill them all? I guess we should. Chat, how many wither skulls do you think we'll get from 5? Actually, let's just like, there we go. And now we just knock him. Oh, the rest are all trapped there, I think. I thought they were all going to come off me, so I was, like, preparing for the worst. By the way, thanks so much to, Oh Blondie, how we get the new Nether content about resetting your Nether. I just have to walk, like, 500 blocks. 00017, nice. I deserve your attention. I don't pay tax for nothing, says Max Tax Cat. Oh god, what is happening here? Okay, they're being pretty slow about it. It's fine. Okay, so okay, there's only 4 of them. We're not getting any wither skulls. Oh, never mind. We got one. See, this is why you don't be pessimistic. Sometimes good things happen, even if you don't deserve it. But now that guy's in the video. I mean, I didn't mention his name or anything. In the same way that, like, right now, I'm not going to say your name, Mr. Blue Pitcher. Like, are you in a video because I said your comment? Like, in a way you are. But also, like, not the way that you want to be. Hey, prediction wrong. Guess statistically it was like less than 50% chance we ended up with this skull, so I'm glad it happened. If you re-roll that again, most of the times you don't come out with skulls. I'm just happy we got one, because I need the wither skeleton skulls. Wither spawning in Bedrock is so broken right now. They're fixing it in 1.16, but like right now it is just pain beyond belief. It kind of goes back to that thing where I was like, I think Minecraft Bedrock, despite being the exact same game as Minecraft Java, the reason it will never be truly the same is the entirely, like, different attitude they have towards, like, the way people play it. Minecraft Java's more like, yeah, do whatever you want, man. It's all okay. Whereas Minecraft Bedrock has, like, a few ways, like, they try to prescribe gameplay. Like, if you think about, coordinates. Coordinates were a cheat for so long. It took the biggest, like, community, like, thing to be like, coordinates shouldn't be a cheat. And they're like, it's information you can't find in the game. It's a cheat, friends. In a way that almost like, to take this back to Mr. Socialism from earlier, in a way that kind of like, it's a similar thing to what we were describing, right? Like, oh yeah, there's like a super prescriptive way you can tell people to play your game, or there's the much less prescriptive way. And I think to some extent it depends on your audience. Like, maybe because Minecraft Java has an average age range that's maybe like, you know, a few years above that. Like Minecraft Bedrock has an average age that I think it's like 26 or something they worked out. But it means that they have a lot of people below that age, because that's how averages work, right? There is a 2-year-old somewhere that has played Minecraft. You know, statistically speaking, even if you take like the most dodgy thing, like if you take, I don't know, Backdoor Action 12 by the unknown artist. But also Commander Y, I feel weird in a way for super chatting. No problem. Just got me thinking this way. What makes you feel weird about it, friend? The thing I like about this system of super chats, right, is it's like, hey, this is an equal exchange for a system that like has been explained, right? Oh yeah, I like what you're doing. Here's a tip, and if you want, here's a thing. You can do an exchange. The only thing that gets weird if you demand, it's kind of like I guess how contract law works, right? Your boy is back. Also, when we're doing one of those random mention challenges because they're some of my favorites. I think my next one will be trying to survive in a specific random dimension. That's what I think. But I mean, I don't think very much, so we'll see how it works out. But yeah, that's my vague plan right now, like survive a specific dimension. I've got a couple in mind from the last stream we did. Oh, there's so much Nether quartz here. It's so accessible too. Also, we should probably turn some of this into quartz blocks just to like save the space. There we go. But yeah, it's like I've been watching a lot of Suits recently, and like I read about contracts. I'm not a lawyer. I find the concept fascinating because when you hear about them in popular media, a contract is like, oh, you signed a thing, and now you're screwed for life. But if you actually like contracts, generally like I think it's I think the way contract law actually works is like, oh yeah, it's gotta be you know, something where both parties get something from it. Any action a contract can have usually has to have some benefit for both parties. There can't be, you can't sign away your rights to me. Like you can't sign a contract to me that says I will give you all the money I have earned. In exchange, I get nothing. Which is why prenups, fun fact, you can't ever just be like, oh yeah, she gets none of my assets. You gotta, if you're giving up your legal right to something, you've got to get something in exchange. Like it's got to be an agreement that you want to sign. Which is why I also can't break laws, which is why you can't sign yourself away to slavery. Anyway, thank you so much, Zane and Alcazar. I love that thumbnail. I wonder who made it. I wonder who made it too. So I'm gonna steal the credit from it. I made this thumbnail. You're gonna try and prove me wrong? Good luck doing that. Checkmate. But no, Zane, been on and off a fan since 300,000 subscribers. I've seen most of the survival videos. Very inspiring. Keep grinding. Yeah, like I really love survival Minecraft. I'm glad I found like a community of people who are in the same boat as that. It is a very fun little thing in my opinion. Also, thank you Vanilla the Miner for becoming a member on the chat. Vanilla the Miner. Are we gonna question that name? Are we gonna? Nope. Okay, Vanilla the Miner. Gotta do toy cat tax, says Bob Free Studios. I've seen your name a suspicious number of times in the last couple of streams, Bob Free Studios. But thank you for deciding to do that. My very first Toy Cat Tax. I love watching your live streams. You're really interesting to listen to and to watch. Hey, thank you, Hunter Mousery. Hunter Mousery? I'm gonna say that's how it is. I'm glad you think I'm interesting to listen to. I have regular like crises about like, man, did I say anything interesting? Do I say any? Like it's, I guess this is like what everyone has to do. If you always thought you were saying interesting things, then you probably wouldn't say interesting things, is the probable reality of it. But it doesn't mean I don't have like a non-stop, never-ending thought about it anyway. So I need a diamond pickaxe. We could probably just take some from the other side of the world. Oh look, I've got another fortune pickaxe. So if I just combine this one with this, then we should make a fortune-free pickaxe, right? There we go. Look at that. It's like, oh god, that's expensive. If we do it this way around, it's less. So okay, we're going to make a fortune pickaxe after we enchant one for ourselves. Guess, why don't you have a door, says MJF. I don't believe in doors. No, I've lit up this entire part of the world, so nothing's going to spawn. There's going to be no problems for me, I think you'll find. So now we just need to find some sticks, which are... They shouldn't... Okay, there we go. We got 2 over here. My inventory's a mess, I know. Don't worry. I'm aware of it. That's just how I live my life. How do I not have a crafting table in here, by the way? It's something you'd figure I'd have locked out. Why are you facing the right now? Change is scary. It's because I'm looking off. I'm not looking you guys in the eyes. That rhymed. I'm not looking you fellas in the bellas. Technically also true. Let's see if we can get silk touch. Oh, there we go. First time. Pulled it off. That's what I'm talking about. So now we grab 1, 2, 3 of that. We whip this in there. And what's that? We got Silk Touch and hopefully some other things. Oh, Unbreaking 3 and Efficiency 3. Perfect, actually. So we got another Silk Touch pickaxe. I would like to get more of these, actually. And my vague intention for doing that is to just unenchant pickaxes till we're great. Toycat Tax. Which version of Bedrock is easier? Windows 10 or something else? So Minecraft... Oh, Minecraft... Which version of Bedrock is easier? Minecraft Bedrock is mostly the same on all platforms. There is actually an exception to that fact. I learned that there is actually deliberate code differences between them. Again, apparently Minecraft Bedrock's going to make an announcement soon. Like, I got some, not very private, but just a little bit of backdoors information. Where'd I put that? Okay, this is a Silk Touch pickaxe. I got, like, the tiniest, like, hint at back... Oh, wow, it's 1 level to fix that. So what I'll do is I'll just use this for mining on my thingamajig farm. And then, you know, let's just leave this here. We're going to need this later. My inventory management sucks. Let's just get that out of the way one more time. Let's put these stone swords away in a chest. Because Lord knows we have too many of them. I got 3 stone swords from 4 wither skeletons. My god, that is a bad ratio. That is a very bad ratio. Do you want to know a fun fact, actually? Maybe you find this awful about me, or maybe this fits right in. Maybe this is the cancelled Toycat moment. But I used to... Like, I remember this because a friend said it, like, a few months ago. But my friend group, when I was in college, we used to call ourselves Bad Ratio. And the reason behind that was because, like, in every event, especially when you're young, I think when you're old, it really doesn't matter because, like, the social dynamics change as you age. That is not a surprise to anyone, right? But when me and my friends were younger, like, there was like, you know, there's like always a concern about, like, you know, have you heard the phrase sausage party as a way of describing? Oh yeah, only guys, no girls. I'm sure there's probably a similar term for, like, oh yeah, girls' nights are different to hanging out with people who are not just the same gender as us night, right? Like, generally speaking, people want a mixture of genders because then they can pursue not only friend options, but also mating options as well. Wow, that is how humans do work, it do be. So, I think this way was the better way, right? It's 20 levels, but we'll get a fortune-free pickaxe from it. And this needs to be fixed anyway. So let's just do it. Let's just break our soul. Ooh, that stings. And now we can get the levels back up. And we can get another one. It'll be great. A clam jam, says Chantal Ixley. I've never heard that term before. But you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. But, so basically, like, for the longest time, we're like, oh yeah, that's all we are. There's like, you know, it wasn't even that bad for, like, I think it was like, maybe like four girls, the group to like 6 or 7 guys or something like that. That's the only time in my life, fun fact, I've ever been in like one of those friend groups where you're not friends with everyone in the group. Like, to this day, even though that's happened to me once now, I find it insane that people have friend groups where they don't like everyone in the groups. Like, you know, is it really a friend group in that situation? But whatever. Jack of all trades says opinion on the new music. The new music by Kate... No, wait, Lena... Damn, I should know her name. The person who made the soundtrack for... But, yeah, I've never understood, like, people have, like, friend groups where they know so many people and then don't like them all. And it's like, you know, what's the scoop on that? I hear 2 cats. Like, how do people, like, manage to find and make and maintain these groups of people where they don't know everyone in them? Also, let's go get ourselves just a bumble here anyway. This is part of a project I'm working on right now, so it's going to be entirely useful. Hey, thank you, Bryn Hampton, for becoming a 2 cat. What's that, IVX 2 cat? What it was is I had my own stream open somewhere and I couldn't find where. It was a whole thing. I love the new music, by the way. I love the new music. You're the reason why I haven't... Okay, well, I'll write show up on screen, because I think the super chat voice will just really loud. Toy cat, more like 2 cat, says Khalil Mohammed. See, now Khalil, I read out your name early. I read out your comment earlier about saying your name. Now I've read out your name as well. Does this not feel better? Maybe it does. I don't know. I don't know what it's like being
You are the reason why I have a very organized inventory in Minecraft. Terrence.
So, I used to think that I just had like a Minecraft organization problem because I've got like this hoarding thing. since I've been playing Animal Crossing, I have the worst inventory management there too. The truth is, it's hard to manage an inventory. Because, like, I think I'm a hoarder that also just hates stuff. Like, those two things balance out perfectly. Maybe that's how every human is, maybe it's just me. But every single thing I ever have, I think, oh, I might need that later. Like, it's a real problematic set of beliefs to have or whatever. But, there's so, like, I've had this air conditioning in my room. I didn't use it this year. But it's like, well, I can't get rid of air conditioning. And I can't move it somewhere else because I'll just have to move it back. Like, if I'm ever going to need something again, or if I'm ever going to theoretically need something again, I think why put it away just to get it back out? Like, it's an inefficient way to do a thing, right? But they don't ask why I have so many pickaxes. Let's just agree not to ask, okay? Although I do think right now we want to grab one of these. Okay, efficiency 3. Let's grab it. I can't be dealing with efficiency 2. We're not on that level anymore. Yeah, I'm like that in games too, but I keep things mostly organized. Says mostly ghostly 42. Oh, good to see you, mostly ghostly. I love your rhyming, your naming, right? Whatever, we got it. We ever upload Animal Crossing streams? So, honestly, I think Animal Crossing's a cool game, and I like playing it. I don't see how I would stream it though. Like, maybe I overestimate what people expect from a stream, and maybe that's a good thing, honestly. You know, I think it's better to overestimate what people want from you rather than underestimate. But like, there's no things you really do in Animal Crossing. This bugs me about the game actually. You never get closer to beating Animal Crossing, and you never really get anything done. Like, sure, you're getting things done, but nothing's really getting closer. I don't know. It's hard to describe. Like, I play Animal Crossing, I enjoy it, but it's a very chill game. And Minecraft's a chill game where you arguably don't get anything done. But you're making progress towards some things at least. Like, everyone sees the progress we make, and they're like, yeah, I see why you're making that progress. But in the case of this, it's like, it's a little different, okay? It's a little different. Okay, so I've organized my inventory a little bit. Let's put these next to each other. And now this is for mining the Netherrack, and this is for everything else. It's my birthday. Also, I abused your Chanel, says Brendan Hampton. When did you abuse my Chanel? I'm very, very disappointed. Oh, wait, channel. I was thinking like Chantel, the moderator. I was like, oh, how did you abuse them? How did I not know about this? Is this serious? I'm glad it's not. Just do your fishing streams again, but in Animal Crossing. Should we just do... Honestly, actually, I think I'd enjoy that. There's some Animal Crossing fishing I haven't done in forever. Like, I just need to get it done. Like, oh yeah, let's find some red snappers. Let's get my loans paid off. But, yeah, I don't know, like, working out what to stream, because on YouTube, the way I stream, it's like, the streams become videos, they have specific titles, thumbnails. Like, I try to also care about the people who watch them afterwards, because, you know, YouTube's just a very different platform from live streaming. I think about things too much, is what I'm saying.
Have you ever seen a person you don't know over and over and in different unrelated settings? I think of them as extras in the movie of my life.
Oh, okay, so I apparently that's a quote. Oh no, it's not a quote. It's so Astor Rizzo, thank you very much for the $1 super chat. But I totally have come to the conclusion, like 100% without a doubt, that like, yeah, actually, there are, like, my life is, it's the easiest way to view yourself in life is like a TV show, because we all understand the structure, the setup, etc. of a TV show. And there are so many recurring characters that, like, you like, and you connect with on some level, but clearly not enough to, like, be permanent parts of life. It's a really weird thing to explain or describe or anything else like that. But yeah, I totally feel that. It totally happens to me all the time. I think, I don't know, I've got a fun story. Do you want to hear about this one, chat? So there was this, she's come up in some form of story before. I try not to bring it up too much, but, there was a girl, if you would believe, a person of the female gender that I once knew. That's the end of the story, you know. Toy Cat plays video games, and get that. But yeah, so we met, and apparently she'd been around the entire time. Like, every one of my friends knew her, and I didn't. And like, she knew. This is the weirdest thing. When everyone knows each other, and then the person, like, if she was like, oh, it's nice to meet you, I haven't seen you either. What a weird coincidence. But she's like, yeah, I know you. You're in this, you know, you're in the canteen every lunch or whatever. I don't know what it was, but like, clearly we had met before, or like we've been near each other, but I just hadn't noticed it or something. If I had a penny for every took out as yes, Bill Gates would be my personal slave. If I had a penny for every time you just did some bad counting right there, I would have 1 penny. So, yeah, I feel like, anyway, oh wait, no, we're gonna stay on point. We're gonna stay on point in my story. So there was, like, I knew this girl. I didn't know this girl. She knew me, apparently, and everyone else knew. It was a whole thing, and basically, when we first met, I think she like asked to have some of my drink that me and a friend had got, and I was like, sure, you know, you can have some of the ludicrous amount of wine.
One time I decided to be brave and introduce myself, and I never saw that person again.
I think that's the cool. I think that's like that's the word of wisdom for everyone else, right? Like, oh, yeah, hey, if you might be scared about what happens when you introduce yourself to people, but sometimes, even if you want to see them again, you won't. Which means if you don't want to see them again, guess how easy it is. It's wonderful, in my opinion. And during the presence of a female, the audacity. I do not. I mean, I play video games. I think you'll find that is the opposite of. No, it's funny, that stereotype about like people who play games not getting girls. It's like so old because it's like, you know, games are like. I want to say like I know it's skewed by like mobile gaming or something like that, but I think there are now more women than guys that play games, if you count overall. Or at the very least, it's 50-50 or 49-51 or something. Anyway, though, I will not digress any further. So I knew this person, or I met this person once. We had an interesting evening. It was the girl from the story of like, oh yeah. So we kept making out, and then people kept walking in. She's like, should we go somewhere else? And I was like, no, we stay in this kitchen. So the interesting thing about that person is like, I ran into her twice ever again, because apparently she was still friends with one of my friends. And it was never like awkward to meet or anything, even though like to some extent it probably should have been. But we met like twice years apart, and both times we met, something really eventful happened. Like the first time, my friend, like we met for like 5 minutes or something. And in those 5 minutes, my friend jokingly like went to knock her phone out of her hand, but actually did it and like destroyed her phone. And he's like, oops, sorry about that. Guess I destroyed your phone, as it turns out. And then the second time was like a birthday party of a guy I didn't even know. I don't know why I was there, honestly. It's one of those weird stories that doesn't add up when you try to retell it back. But and at that particular event, like there was a whole weird thing with there was a whole weird thing with what happened there with one of my friends. I guess it's his story to tell. But long story short, some concerning things happened there. And just like to meet someone 3 times, weird intervals apart, they clearly have their whole own life and they know all the people around you, etc. It's a weird thing, right? It's a weird thing. By the way, again, so like, should we like put out the someone just said like, oh yeah, only decent YouTuber not on hovercraft, something like that. Just the simple answer. Here's the party line. Here are the words that you'd say anyone if they're like, oh, Toycat, why aren't you doing this? It's like, I play Bedrock, and that is a Java server. I don't think I could ever get attached to a Java edition world the same way I'm attached to this world right here. Like, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm too sentimental about it. You should meet her again, says Carl Charles. I have no doubt that I will meet her again in, like, 5 years. And, like, oh, yeah, she's had her whole... Because we like to imagine life as, like, oh, yeah, everyone, when they're out of our lives, if we think about them, they exist. If we stop thinking about them, they basically don't exist. My middle school teacher, what's she up to right now? I can't picture it. She's probably dead or something like that. I will pay the money back. Trust me, says Gamania GV. What money will you pay back, friend? Thank you, Germania. I don't know what that was, but sure. I have trouble parting my job world. Yeah, right. If you have a long-term survival world on one version of the game, to imagine starting another one on a different version, it's a fun idea, but it's such a hard reality. Because the truth is you probably won't. Oh lord. Like the truth is even though. Hey, thank you, Liam Joe. Do you think because zombie hoglins are called zoglins, zombie piglins should be called ziglins? Okay, you know what? I know this is like a, you know, high thought or whatever, like, whoa, man, shouldn't they be called Ziglins? But I do think that. I do legitimately agree. Yeah, of course they should be called Ziglins. Yeah, don't, like, let's not speculate about the whole, like, Zisuma Toy Cat thing. Like, again, I am not obligated to like anyone else. No one else is obligated to like me.
Do
Never
your
assume that
videos
they
and
are.
specifics you talk about apply to Minecraft for the Xbox One?
Yeah. Wait, Minecraft. So the funny thing is, if you play Minecraft on Xbox One, like in Dude I Do right here, there's Minecraft, but then there's Minecraft for Xbox One. It applies to Minecraft, if it says Minecraft, it mostly applies to Minecraft for Xbox One. Because I record most of my videos here on the Xbox. That's giving me Zombine flashbacks. Thomas Uruguay, Soy Cat, what got you into geography? Honestly, a lot of people like to have their, like, their moment of, like, oh yeah, here's the thing that got me into geography. No, I find countries interesting. Like, I guess it's a hard one to say, like, maybe everyone has, like, their zen moment for everything they're really into. But it really is just like, oh yeah, I find it interesting, so I make a few videos on it, and then, apparently... Then I thought, like, why don't I make a whole channel off this dumb idea? And now it's like, everyone assumes I'm, like, the geography guy. I'm not educated in geography. I think geography at GCC level is the most dull thing in the world, too. Like, I would make a great teacher, not because I'm good at teaching, but just because, like, right now, you know, it's hard to be worse than what's happening right now, right? Had to choose between N95 mask or to get taxi, you won. So, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not going to say too much because, like, get your health advice from someone who's not a Minecraft YouTuber. But if you're protecting yourself, even an N95 mask is, like, hard to, like, be perfect with. And if you're trying to protect others, it doesn't matter what you use, because even, like, even a piece of, like, tissue or something, like, something strapped to your face will do a better job than nothing. So there you go. Maybe that's advice. Maybe it's not. Don't trust Toy Cat with any... If you're taking health advice from a Minecraft YouTuber, mining Nether Quartz, who just spoke about how, you know, what did I just say? Just spoke about how he called his friends group bad ratio for being, you know, disproportionately guys. Then you know what? That's on you. That's not on me. No, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. You shouldn't do it. Obviously, I'm not talking about Jamie Seguenis, who, of course, is a wonderful... Again, it's cool to see the names that you spot time over time versus the... Like, it tells you, like, an interesting story. Like, some people flow in for the first time. Some people are like, oh, yeah, I like this long term. This is one of my favorite things. Whenever I wear a face mask, I have the urge to touch my face. I don't, which is probably the best thing to do. Okay, as soon as I start thinking, okay, don't touch my face. You're in a store right now. This is where people go with, like, dangerous stuff. As soon as I start thinking that, I'm like, touch your face, touch your face. It's itchy. It's so itchy. You've got to itch it. Will you join the truly Bedrock server next season? Honestly, the idea of an SMP sounds fun. It's just a big time commitment. I'm putting my big time commitment into something that I don't think... Like, okay, let's put it this way. It's literally called Truly Bedrock. Like, and the problem with the name Bedrock is it's not known by the majority of Minecraft Bedrock players. It's known by the majority of Minecraft Bedrock people who watch YouTube videos. Maybe. Although if you count, like, children, probably not. But because of that particular issue, it becomes very hard to... It becomes a very bad idea to commit a lot of... It's kind of like this stream title, right? This stream title is mining the... Actually, there's 2,000 of you here. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing great. But, like, yeah, basically, you know, my point is disproven by you all being here. Some of you should leave, okay? Trin, missed the last stream, but my expired orange juice did not kill me. You know what, Trin? It's okay to admit you're a ghost now. The orange juice killed you. I know it. You should sue. It's the only logical solution I see. But, yeah, yeah, sorry, friends. Half you're gonna have to leave so I can prove my point about there being no one here. Everyone, look, actually, wait. This is a check. Right now, you can leave right now to protest me being so rude to my subscribers. I'm telling you to leave, chat. I'm telling you to get out of here. I'm telling you I don't love you anymore. I'm saying that, you know what? Let's just go. It's not me, it's you. Okay, let's see how many people leave if I specifically tell people to. Because this is the funny thing about YouTuber. Like, people always be like, oh, you know, YouTubers, like, force their subscribers to like... Like, there's a lot of things that, like, people think YouTubers are forcing you to do. We're going to see right now how much we can actually do. Hope you have a good stream. Here's my ticket taxes, Emily Fellows. Thank you, Emily Fellows. But you must leave, along with everyone else. So apparently, 15 people just left. That is the number we have. Toy, 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 toy. Thank you. I don't even see your number. It just is hidden by that. But I agree. Toy, 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 toy. I'm staying because I oppose you. So yeah, 15 people left, and apparently 5 have come back since then, right? Isn't that interesting? At least to me it is. It's like, even if you tell people to go, on the internet, a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that people don't have their own autonomy, but they do. Which is why, like, when people be like, oh yeah, YouTube careers will last forever, right? It's like, well, not actually. Stay safe, bud. Missed the last few... Wait.
Stay safe, bud. I missed the last few live streams.
Oh yeah, it's... I don't know how long it's actually been. My perception of time is so bad right now. Because, like, I kind of measure it with live streams, and now there's a live stream every day. I got yelled at the grocery store for adjusting my glasses because they touched my face. Also, not leaving. Oh, man. You know, we have a bunch of rebels right here. If you remained even when I told you to leave, you're officially a rebel. You are basically bringing down society. So thank you, Jesus. But, yeah, it's weird the way, it's kind of weird to me that, like, if there's a certain percentage of society that you, like, you know how, the best way to hide, let's say, a building, let's say you have an abandoned building and you don't want people to break in. If you put abandoned building, do not raid, people are like, ooh, there's an abandoned building. You know, they think about it, and then it becomes public knowledge. The best thing to do is to hide for obscurity. Like, telling people to do something is the best way, might be the best way to get some people to do it. Like, it's better than not telling anyone anything. But the best way to get people not to do something is deliberately to be obscure about it. Or to try and trick them into thinking it was their fault. Like, oh, I've got a problem. I guess I could, like, the best way to be about liking is like, hey, did you guys hear? Don't like my video, like someone else's, of course. You pretend that, like, oh yeah, it won't work on my videos, on everyone else's. Actually, it might work on mine. Did you know if you like the video, the like button now goes yellow. Also, bad ratio seems like an awful bad name, says Joey Hill. Actually, you know, I agree. We should have started a band. Also, thanks so much, Human Closet. At first, I saw the thumbnail and thought it said Quarren Stream. It does say Quarren Stream. Oh wait, Quarren Stream, right. I will admit, the word Quarren Stream, the Quarren without the team, and Quran, suspiciously similar words. I do want to know why sometimes. That was fun. I already told everyone to like, says Alcazar. You are doing an A+ job as a stream mod. So, yeah, it goes yellow when you like the video. Don't check on my thing, of course. Don't, like, it won't work here. Or it might work here. I haven't tested it. But, like, if you like videos, they go yellow now. Oh, what's that? I gave you fake information, but you did what I wanted. Disinformation wins. I think a lot about disinformation because... Moo, Toyman, how do you like horrors? Anyway, I think a lot because we sometimes call what we live in right now the information age, right? We live in an age of information. An information age, if you will. Maybe you disagree with the title, maybe you really agree with it. That's down to you. I just want this girl to be dead. Damn, I hate you. Yeah, let's just fly after this ghast. You know what? Damn. Okay, you know what? We'll get it this time, right? There's only so many times that we can miss. Okay, you know what? This is okay. Ghast mechanics are like so annoying. I hate them all. We live at a time. Don't you think about the blue dog next to a red house? I bet you thought about it. I'm really bad at picturing things. I pictured a red dog next to a red house. So that goes to show you, friends. I mean, that's why it's I think the other one's like, don't picture the big elephant, right? So cat, what drink is that? Says Life the other guy. What drink do you think this is, chat? Give me a good guess. Give me your best guesses in the chat. I want to hear what you assume I have in my fishbowl today. It could be anything, right? But no, yeah, people say we live in an information age. And I think about that because it's true that now everyone has access to all the information they can have. But that's the cool thing about our time, right? Like, the smartest way to live, like whether you're a politician, also baked bean sauce, orange juice, grenadine, and vodka, says Cat Girl. Ooh, I wish I had grenadine. I don't even know what that is, honestly. I know it goes in drinks, alcoholic mostly. I'm gonna look up grenadine. What is grenadine? Is it from the island? It's a... Oh, that looks like a fun color. I should put that in drinks. I'm gonna buy that because that sounds delicious. So what it actually is, in case you're curious, I bought some grape juice because I like grape juice. It sounds like I'm saying wine. I really love grape juice. Like, in the UK, it's not very common, but grape juice is the stuff. So I can't sip and drink. I was considering putting, like, I've still got lying around here, just for comparison. Like, here is a controller, here is the bottle of this. I've got that lying around my office still. So I could be drinking my but drink a chicken pie martini because I'm a quirky white girl. I don't believe you're a white girl, Moo. I think you're a cow, friend, based on your username. Oh wait, there we go, a white girl. Hey, slandered the whole gender and race, or a gender-race combo, really. Nailed it. Having a good day today. Bring back the Google Maps road trip. It has been a while, hasn't it? Has been a while. And by that, no, it was like last week. Concerning, now it's just sitting in his office. I'm just saying, I think we might anyway. We did right. This is why I like being independent, right? Like, I can make bad decisions all the time. And it's okay as long as you guys approve of them. If you don't, then my whole life is over. But besides that, it's always great. Toy Cat Tax 2.0, the community is getting bigger. Truly Bedrock is really boosting everything. Toy Cat is yes, Socialism's evil. Fun fact, I'm a Slav. Says too cool for school. That is a long message. Do you like mead? I don't like anything that doesn't taste sweet. If it tastes bitter, and the idea is you're meant to learn to like it,
Strip
no.
the nether of all its quartz.
Good to see you, Lunar Eclipsed. I hope that you're having a wonderful Tuesday, Wednesday. I know days of the week, trust me. I know them so well. I know days of the week the best. But, mead is awesome. Turn on member only chat for 1 minute and see the quality content. I don't ever want to do members only chat. I think it's, like, I understand. I think I would make a lot of money doing members only chat. And I also think it's like, there's some number of people who are like, a lot of members would probably approve it too. But I do like to I like to see everyone's opinions. Zombie Pigman Thickaf. Like, what I would be down with, if there was a way to do member-only chat as well as doing regular chat, kind of like right now. If you want a super chat, you can. But we all know, like, I'm looking at your chats right here. I can see every message you ever send. I don't read them all precisely because that would take more time. There are more messages than I physically have the speed to read sometimes. But your message is always in my field of vision, right? And that's something we can kind of get done here. But yeah, so I think about it a lot. Like, we live in an age of information, and I feel like the most powerful way to like take advantage of that is like, because you know, like throughout history, people like to act like there's one set of rules that work all the time. Actually, wait, let's talk for just 10 seconds. You know, fun fact, we're all inside. Is there a reason why? No, there's not. There's no disease of a specific name that is from a family with a name like a beer. I finally quit you live, yay. Also, can you suggest a big project for Survival World? Take an entire Nether fortress, flip it upside down. No, wait, that's a bad idea. Also, good to see you, Lycopolex Vitalis. Yeah, I got your name, eventually. We got there. We got there, friend. Also, I would very much enjoy watching you work on the Death Star, says Reed. The Death Star gives me, like, anxiety thinking about it. It legitimately does, Reed. I want to finish it, but I know I'll mess up and have to destroy it all. Like, it almost is better to leave it unfinished, as, like, it at least means something the way it is right now. Whereas when we mess it up, it'll be always bad. Hello there, Mr. Memes. I hope you're having a great evening. I mean, you know, Your message doesn't give me watch the world. You are saying hello, and you are somewhere that's not here. Also, Simi, I'm having a really bad day, so a chill stream is the perfect thing. And what's your opinion on maths? I think it's one of the most important subjects, right? I think it is the subject that defines a lot of other things. But I used to wonder why everyone didn't see the world from a mathematical perspective. And I guess one of the things I've come to think as I've aged is like, oh yeah, actually, there is kind of a reason. Okay, let's just take one of the stacks, turn it into that, and then we can pick this up. Like, there are a lot of like perspectives on the world, and they're all kind of different, is what I've learned. And because I used to think like there is obviously like, you know, it's kind of like recently I was looking up you know, this is a thing you can do online. Like, I don't recommend it, only if you're 18 plus and gambling is legal in your jurisdiction. But gambling, most casinos, most places that gamble, know for a fact that the average human being is hooked after a certain amount of playing. So they'll give you a certain amount for free, or they'll match what you put in. Like, if you put £10 in, we'll give you £20. Or if you put £100 in, we'll give you £100 as well. Like, basically, they'll give you a bunch of money. And there is, like, a statistical way to come up ahead using free money. Because every casino game has a house edge, but that house edge doesn't take into account the fact that, like, if you have their money, it'll work for you, right? But, like, there's, like, a few ways you can look at a bonus. You can be like, it's just some money to play around with. And that's how a lot of people who gamble do, because gambling is objectively the opposite of being mathematically minded. Like, the people who make casinos know about maths. The people who sit in casinos obviously do not. Also, you didn't get the prequel reference? I said hello there. I'm sorry. I didn't know hello there has become a prequel reference. I legitimately didn't, like... That's kind of crazy to me that, like, hello there. Is that like, what, the Senate man says it at some point? Like, I can picture being said, like, hello there. But, like, the fact that that's a prequel meme is crazy to me. Because I didn't know. Man, I miss a lot of references. Today we learned that there's a lost meme I didn't get that has horrified the internet. And now there's this too. I basically should be cancelled is what I'm saying right here. Let's pick up some more Nether Quartz. Let's go put this away, because like we've got too much of it. Oh, by the way, I can just put it in this little box right here. So yeah, we're gonna need a lot of quartz blocks, what I'm trying to do. I think I worked it out, and it's like it's like 65,000 blocks I need of quartz. So 100 stacks. Or, no wait, 10,000, 1,000 stacks. Jesus, that's too many. I don't think I can get that many, actually. That might be a bit too much of an ask. We'll see, though. We'll see. So thank you so much. What's up, Toycat? Hope you have a great day, says Block Off Brood. Thank you very much, friend. Obi-Wan, not Senate Man. Oh, God. It's not the Senate Man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I messed it up. I messed up the reference again. This is the funny thing about, like, I guess I have, like, a bad memory. And, like, to me, something that seems, like, weird... Something that to you might seem like, yes, of course, that is the thing that I know, is to me weird and opaque. But also something that to me seems like, yes, of course I know, can to many people seem weird and opaque. I think the lesson to take from that is not that Toycat doesn't know his memes, although clearly that too. But is that, like, everyone has a different subsect of the total of human knowledge. But that's okay. It's okay that we all have different little opinions of us, right? That's fine, you know? We can exist that way and be okay. Why do I even have these two things both together? But let's go enchant another diamond pickaxe. Yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun. Hello, Toycat. I hope you can read this. I'm a huge fan and wish you all the best. Thank you, Angry Walk Players. And thank you, Commander Y, for giving them a boost again. I enjoyed the stream. GG, gotta take my cat on a walk by. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. You know, in these times, everything's very confusing. Nothing makes too much sense. Again, it's that thing about, like, the information war, right? I think I said this before, but because we live in a time where there's, like, so much information out there, the smartest way to, like, win and, like, the smartest way to get people to do something is just to give more information, knowing that you'll confuse enough people into doing what they want to do anyway. Like, the easiest way to win if you are on a... Okay, so we need to go to the other side of my world now. But if you want people to do what they'll naturally do anyway, as opposed to making some action that might improve themselves, The easiest thing you do is you just draw doubt by throwing some information out there. It doesn't need to be real. It just needs to be hard enough to check that someone doesn't want to. Or, because like when you've got one source of information, you assume that information is correct. If you give someone 7 sources of information, 1 of which is true, 6 of which are dubious, but, you know, all give different responses, then now the truth is harder to see. And I find that beautiful, honestly. I find that beautiful that, like, we live in an age. Because, you know, people always question, like, whenever I give money to Wikipedia, someone's like, hey, you know, knowledge isn't always so good. Thanks for reminding me to change my name so no one can pronounce Lycopelix Vitalis. Sounds funny, though. Also, that was my first click attacks. I still don't know the Lycopelix Vitalis, but I'm glad that you like my videos all the way in Germany. That's crazy. Germany's, like, far away. I mean, it's actually not that far away. Like, since I've been going to America fairly recently, obviously I've stopped going to America recently. I don't know why. I hear there's a thing happening in the world, but I'm sure it's probably not true, because I read on Facebook that there's definitely not something happening in the world. It's actually 5G towers. Dumb, so dumb, by the way. People have been attacking like 5G towers everywhere, being like, "You caused this," because that's a great example in my opinion, actually, of like the nature of like disinformation or whatever, right? The fact that like all someone has to tell you is no, that just because the facts say one thing, here's a set of facts that say this thing, and now the facts aren't so real, and now you can believe 5G towers and the reason people are getting sick. Your thumbnail made it seem like you were streaming the Quran in Minecraft because I misread, so there's that. Honestly, though, that's a fun idea, though, right? Should we do that? Chat, do you reckon we should, coronavirus is a hoax and 5G causes coronaviruses due to cat? See, right? I assume they're being sarcastic. If they're not, I pray they're being sarcastic. I don't know if they are, though. Truth be told. Do we want this pickaxe? I'm not sure we do. But, like, it's impossible to be sure that they are being sarcastic. That is a genuine opinion people do hold in this time. And it makes you think, right? It makes you realize that people, you know, when you have a singular source of information, when you're expecting it from just one place, even if you take like a country level, like, oh yeah, if you have just the news, as many countries had at some point, like there was just the news channel, then people were like, oh yeah, I trust that, or I dissent from it. But you knew you're dissenting against, you're going against the norm. Whereas now, no matter what opinion you have, you just find someone to agree. It's kind of like, you know, in the medical field, there's this concept of like I feel it's called self-doctoring, self-medicating. It's probably the term. But there's this thing where like, oh yeah, you can tell people, you know, you can tell people what's best for them. But if they go in and they're sure that like, well, actually, this is complicated and I don't understand. And because I don't understand, I am therefore allowed and obligated to precisely ignore your advice as a professional and do what I want instead. So, Kat, I've started requesting the Quran. Thank you so much. You know what? Chat, should we read the Quran but in
Have some
Minecraft?
money, cuz, or chill.
Thank you so much, Deep and Wartons. The sad thing is, I feel like most sources of money will exist because they panic you, right? Like, hey, you know, even when YouTubers sell merch, every single time it comes with a caveat of like, hey, there's only 50 of them. If you're not there now, you won't be there at all. Like, they know they make more sales by saying, by creating artificial scarcity, you can sell more of them. It's an interesting technique, but it's like, huh. Can you post the map download for the Earth map? Yeah, I could. That is something I can do. This was my speech. I hope you enjoyed it. No, yeah, it's a bit complicated, honestly. Do you want to know why, or do you just want to exist in the world? That is your choice. You can choose, friend. Let's put mending on this fortune pickaxe. I just realized, let's do that. Given that it's got fortune on, we'll probably be mining stuff for it anyway. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. So we're gonna pick up some emeralds. Oh wait, we don't even need to pick up emeralds. We can just... Okay, we're gonna... there's a lot of steps to what I want to do right here. I've got to make sure I know what I'm doing. I want to enchant some pickaxes together. pick up some emeralds, and then I want to go to a village with a book in hand. So I need to go find a book. Is the Truman Show feasible? I've never watched the Truman Show. I do just know about it from secondhand experience. It's okay, I use one of your seeds. I'm glad to hear, Chris Cola. What are you doing, says Alcazar? I sometimes get to this in Minecraft. Like, this is why these streams, like, always have, like, a goal that I'm on, that kind of train for. Because as soon as I get a little lost, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of steps to what I want to do. To get should have another tab of members on the channel. So you have both. Actually, can I go for just... No, I can't. That's not a thing that exists. Also, Jamester, I see why as a member you'd suggest that. No, a lot of members always have this idea. Like, it's this thing that happens all too much in the world of, like, hey, you should do this thing because it's the correct thing to do. Ignore the fact that it benefits me hugely. Like, this is just a great thing for you, friends. This is a good thing for you.
Also, will the voice say you woo or whoa or a whoa?
Thank you so much, Deepened Waters. I hope you're having a good evening. It sounds like you are, based on the ooh thing. But yeah, it's okay, you left your shulker box in the Nether. Did I? No, I didn't. You lied to me, friend. You lied to me. I do leave my shulker boxes around a lot, though, so it's pretty plausible. It was a very good lie. I get that green name clout for only $4.99. Exactly. What a steal that is, too. What a steal that is. So what we're gonna do is real quick, we're gonna trade out this pickaxe for another one that's not damaged, just because that's what we do here. I'm gonna combine a pickaxe together, maybe this with that. That seems as logical as anything else. Yeah, let's get an efficiency 3 pickaxe going. Efficiency 4 pickaxe going even. Oh, look what a special treat this is. It's funny because you can do them the exact same way, and it's like 8 instead of 2. So I'm going to spend a couple of levels on this. There we go. Slightly nicer pickaxe. And now we're going to go find a mending book. After, because we can buy all the pickaxes we like in the world. Oh, let's buy a pickaxe so that we can disenchant it. Because that's what I want to do. Okay, that's what we're going to be very smart about this. We're going to grab our emeralds and a few more. I have a lot of emeralds because I do a lot of melon farming. Fun fact, you should do it too. Me pays to have a green name. Andrew, no. Also, do you have to say what's in the bowl? Grapefruit. Oh, it's so this isn't a thing anyone ever drinks, by the way. It's just a me thing, I think. Actually, let's get this. It's probably the best set of enchantments. I'm pretty sure this is just a me thing at least. But I was just okay, there's a better trade in here somewhere. Here we go. Efficiency 3. But yeah, all it is, as much as I would love it to be this like great story, I bought some grape juice. I love grape juice, so I put grape juice in my orange juice, and it makes this really nice orange color. I love the color of this, chat, but it's not the perfect flavor. That's the truth. I wish it wasn't the truth, but it is the truth. We've established you only drink tasty things. I wish that was the... Again, there's some opinions I have from, like, how are there people that disagree with me? And one of those is that. Play Minecraft till you find 100 desert paths. Oh god, that sounds like torture. I like the chat is, like, 50-50 between, like, fun, supportive, and let's try and kill you. Are British people better at Minecraft than Americans? Oh, there's something I'd love to test. I would... So, if you look at IQ tests, the average IQ across the world is 100. The average IQ in America is 99. And the average IQ in the UK is 100. So, I mean, if you're just going by statistically, then if you assume IQ and Minecraft correlate, I don't think they do properly. Like, IQ doesn't correlate with many things in the world, as much as people like to believe it does. But yeah, this is grape, not grapefruit. By the way, isn't it crazy? We have a fruit called grape, and then we have a fruit called grapefruit. Did no one ever question, like, isn't that a bad naming scheme? Like, how is it just me that has had this question? Like, how does this not come up all the time? But yeah, what we're doing right now is we're gonna get a mending book. Fun fact, I have a source of them. I forgot I had a source of them. Oh god, I let go too soon. Oh, but we landed it. We nailed it. So fun fact, I have a source of XP over here too. IQ test is dumb and waste of time. That's not fair
I
with
was in
what
the
beats.
ER on Saturday and someone with the last name Corona was getting stitches in the room next to mine. So the doctor was treating Corona in the room right next to me, lol.
Imagine having corona in a time like this. Like, people are going to be actively avoiding you. That's gotta suck. So fun fact, I have a Minecraft village. I think I destroyed a Minecraft village and added it on top of my existing one. It's kind of messy, I'll be honest with you. But we're not here to talk about my messiness and or relative not of a village. We're here to buy... No! It went up! Some emeralds! How do I get 1 emerald fast? I know how. Okay. Sometimes Minecraft don't work how it should. Today we learned. Let's just sleep inside this. I think grapes were different in another language, and we just stole some of it to make English some... I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that's probably the truth. Doesn't mean it's not stupid, though. That's my rebuttal, though. So what we're going to do is we're going to... First of all, trade with this guy, and then we'll trade with all the other villagers afterwards. So first of all... Hey there, friend. Oh, it went down in price. Huh, okay. Sure. So we get mending on our thing. Now we can enchant a pickaxe with mending. And now we can just trade the rest of our paper away, because we've got a lot of it. Hey, look how nice this is. It's nice. Love your content. Sorry I can't pay the ticket taxes, Pedro G. Never feel obliged to pay at any particular point in time. That's the whole point of it. Unlike real taxes, I won't come after you and burn your house on fire until you pay your taxes. That's probably not what the government does of your region either. You never know, though. Also, I feel like I don't want zombies here. Weird opinion, I know. But zombies, not goodsies. How did they even get in that house? It was lit up. This doesn't make sense, you know? Sometimes Minecraft just doesn't make sense. Maybe we should just accept that. Maybe we shouldn't. I should get some lanterns and, like, revamp this village. Like, it sucks as a village right now. I think we all agree. Let's make it good. Make the village great again. Why is the chat so obsessed with Hermitcraft? I can't understand, like... Most of the time it's like, do you want to do the thing? No? Okay. But it's like it's a fresh revolving door of people asking the same question, all of whom are like different people. And it's like, if you care about a question that you think would have been asked before, you should check to see if it's been asked before you ask it. That's the common courtesy that I sadly do not get. Do you think it'd be cool if you were buying stuff from a village to allow the village to expand? I think that's how they should have done it, honestly. I think that like the village's economic prosperity or something like that. I don't know how you'd put it into simple 1D mechanics. But that should definitely, like, the villagers should try to expand it themselves. I think they definitely missed a beat by not doing it. Forget grape, gotta get yourself that Bell Delphine bath water pitch combo when spoons open up skin Toycat. I did actually do it once, and my friends did love it. So good job, Elias Bush. You improved my life some percentage. And that is more than everyone else can say. Hey Toycat, I don't know a lot, so I'm going to become a channel member today. So yeah, good luck, says Lauren Human. Thank you very much, Lauren Human. You got a fun name. You got a very fun name. Oh, by the way, do you like this? I made my Nether portal here an emerald shape. Chat, I won't leave this dimension. I won't go back to the Nether until you collectively appreciate that what I did here is I made my portal shaped like an emerald. Everyone, please take a moment. Let's appreciate. It's shaped like an emerald. I enjoy that shape, says Kyla. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Make concrete apartments like the communist times, says Gamania GV. I love it. It's amazing. It's too round. Get out of here. I don't agree. We're back in the Nether, which means we're going to break this pickaxe a little bit because we're going to put mending on it in a second. We might need a lot of levels to get mending on here. It might even be too expensive, which is something I pray is not true. Toycat, I love it, Toycat, says Cullen Gibson. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. These are the supportive words that my heart needs if it is ever gonna live again. Or love again. One of those two. It's not an emerald, it's a diamond. Look, this is an emerald. As you can see, it looks perfectly like my Nether portal. Perfectly. There is no difference between those two things. You should surround the frame with emerald blocks. That's a cool idea, actually. If I didn't love my emerald blocks too much, I would probably do that. Has your elytra ever broken mid-flight, says Reed Cardwell. It has. It was a very painful time. Right now, I'm having amnesia and deja vu at the same time. I think I've forgotten this before. Hey! I think that's a joke. If it's not, concerned, go to your doctor. But as a joke, that's very funny. That's the funny thing about life, right? Like, a lot of the funniest things in life are like tragedies. And that sounds mean to say. Also, thank you, Sunset Novel. Thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But the funny thing about like human, like a lot of people always like to be like, oh, I can't believe you're laughing. It's such a bad event. But like, laughter is one of our like mechanisms for dealing with things, and like having like a serious subject. Oh, jeez. I find like there's certain things that we like physically can't deal with as people without laughter, you know? Like when there's something really serious, people are like, ooh, I don't want to touch that. There's like a specific skill set needed, but laughing about something, no skill set. I want to make it, okay, so I've got a friend. I need to be very careful about what I say in the next 30 seconds so as not to mess this one up. I have a friend, a whole friend, not even just like half a friend, one whole friend. So something very, very tragic happened in her past. And the thing, maybe she says this jokingly as a way to make me stop. Maybe this is her real opinion. No one knows for sure, do we, internet? But something very, very, very awful that you would not believe if I told you happened. 33 levels. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna get those levels going. And just to get this book on there. And every single time I meet her, I make jokes about it beyond like to no extent. Like I am the worst person in the world. I say things that sound very mean if you take them literally. But this is my real opinion on things. A lot of people don't appreciate this. A lot of people disagree with me, as I've learned from my experience in this world. Also, thank you, Tom Sergev. Welcome to the club. Thank you for becoming a channel member. It is very appreciated. But do you have real life friends watch these? I think, for the most part, no. Every now and then a friend's like, oh yeah, I watched your thing. And I'm like, ooh, about that. So, you know that thing I said about, oh geez, socialism killing the cat? I meant it, damn it. But, like, I think this is what I like to call, like, 3D conversations, or, like, 4D. It's like, okay, if right now you say, oh, I love you, that's a nice thought, right? You know what a nicer thought than I love you is? It would be, I love you for X reason. I think that's the nicest way to be that. I think once you become friends with someone, though, there's like, you can be sarcastic with each other. At least in the UK, I'm a very sarcastic person. But like, no one would ever say to another stranger, if you're like, oh, Lord. If you're both sure that each other are reasonable human beings, not everyone's a reasonable human being, let's be real, right? But if you are sure of that fact, then you can say things, and you can, but you know when you say, oh yeah, your hair looks awful, you're really saying your hair looks nice. You know, like you feel what I'm saying. Like I would never actually be mean if someone's hair does look awful. You usually don't say it to them, right? If you're close-ish with that person. If you don't want to be a jerk to someone, you shouldn't want to be a jerk to anyone. I would never tell anyone who had a bad anything, their thing was bad, unless they asked me and said, be honest, right? So there's like level 1, like friendship. Like the courtesy you should afford to everyone in the world. Not everyone does. Some people don't afford this courtesy, people they dislike. That's your choice to do, I guess. Sure, why not? Second level of trust is you can say things. Second level of trust is what you start doing is you start saying the opposite of those things. Like, when you see someone's hair looks bad, you say, oh, it looks really great today. You did a wonderful job. And they'll probably know that you're doing it to be nice and like, oh yeah, I know my hair's bad, but thank you, make me feel better, right? That's like level 2 of niceness. Level 3 of niceness, watching you mine Quartz rambling is amusing. Thank you, Ice Maiden. But level 3 of niceness in my opinion, is to just say the awful thing. Is to say the awful thing with a straight face. Basically, oh lord, to be a jerk. That was a bad idea, by the way. Oh, okay. that went very bad. I'm just gonna stop flying around. That is super, super mean because you don't mean it directly. You're saying the opposite to be nice. So like, I don't know. Like, okay, their dad was killed in a hit-and-run accident. I just watched Suits. That's where that came from, by the way. Like, oh yeah, they, you know, or maybe like, I don't know, their mother has just been hospitalized. And most people wouldn't touch that with a 15-foot pole, right? They'd be like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. It's the most generic thing, because you're just saying like, hey, I can't help you with that. But if you want to help someone, the best way is to be like, I don't know how. Pretty funny, huh? Like, get them to laugh at their own situation. Some people don't appreciate that. But the actual, in my opinion, the highest level of, like, trust and friendship is being able to, like, know that people would appreciate being able to laugh at a situation. So you make a joke about their dying mother. And that's why, if something terrible happens to someone, best thing to do is to joke about their dying mother. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Socialists are, ironically, antisocial people. One of my favorite moments on Reddit, because Reddit is a social media that exists entirely of sub-communities. I know a lot of you know Reddit, but some of you aren't going to know Reddit. Someone once posted on, like, socialism, like, how to make friends. It's one of those, like, famous subreddit moments of all time. Like, oh, yeah. And then they just decide to give them some advice on how to be social. You know, it's moments like that that make the world a mildly better place. I think it's better to ask, do you want to talk about it before you have the jokes? I mean, again, with most friends, good idea. If you know the person though, just dive straight into the lol, your mum dead. Probably for the best, right? One of my best friends had terminal cancer, would always joke about him going to die. He always appreciated and thanked me for doing so. Because like, yeah, I think it's a good way to show true friendship, because I think the easiest way to define friendship is deviance from the norm, right? The way you treat the standard person in your life that you meet and the way you treat a friend should be different in some way. It would be nice if you could treat everyone like a friend. Maybe we should all aspire to be that. But like, if a friend asks you, hey, I really need to, you know, just like $100 so I can get a sandwich, because he wants an expensive sandwich. He lives in an expensive city, okay? You can trust him. You can't trust every stranger in the world with that. There are some things you can only do a certain amount, and so you do those exclusively for friends. And I think laughing about your friend of terminal cancer, that's useful, right? You're acknowledging it. You're getting it out there. Hey, thank you, Elizabeth Shook, who says, banter is regional too. My Scottish friends will make fun of me for not being able to sell their sarcasm, but as American, our tone of sarcasm is completely different. Yeah, I think in the UK it is a common thing to make fun of Americans for lack of sarcasm. The truth is, Americans are sarcastic. It's just yeah, again, it's a different...
Disclaimer, results may vary.
Thank you, Nathan. I'd like to clarify. Very good idea. I don't think you should treat every person as a friend. That's weird. I don't know. I do feel weird when people treat me as a like. Actually, wait, chat. Everyone's had this moment probably, right? When someone you don't know is like way too buddy with you, and like unwarrantedly so, and you're like, hey, dude, no. But like, has someone else had that moment? Like, I try my best to like roll with it now. Just be like, oh yeah, we're good friends. You say so, we must be. Because one of the best ways I've found to like make friends with people, if I want to make friends, if I need to for whatever reason, you just pretend you already are friends, rather than like trying to build up.
My father just died, and your streams help me cope, so feel free to joke about it in all seriousness.
So David Solomano, see, look, here you go. We make the most awful joke possible, and we be like, hey, David, so I hear your father's dead. Send my condolences, but obviously. I hear someone's just made some fat cash from that will. You ready to splash it? There you go. Made a joke that's entirely self-serving. Used your dead father as a way to ask for donation money. Dollar. But I think I think to anyone else, everyone else who's like hearing that outside in is like, oh. But you know, there's a certain reality of like, most people don't think about events in a certain way. They're thinking about it as like, oh yeah, they're just gonna say sorry for your loss. But sorry for your loss, like, I don't know what your loss is. You know, was he a good person or not? No, I don't know. Is it actually a loss or not? I don't know. Is the there you know, like the actual set of situations you can't fully know. So you make a joke. Everyone can get jokes. They help you understand that a situation's real, because people only joke about real things. That's not true at all. But yeah, I really do think jokes help. And David Solomano is the man who agrees. This is quite the stream, exact opposite vibe of when you told the Make-A-Wish story. Oh my god, to this day, I can't believe that story ever comes up. It's like I mentioned a thing as like, oh yeah, I couldn't do this thing recently, and everyone's like, no, Toy Cat, because this is that interesting thing of like sensibilities. I said something like, I'm streaming here. Let me just clarify. I've never had a Make-A-Wish child get in contact with me. If it happened, of course I would, you know, work out a situation. But I had a friend who did have, like, a friend who made videos that were slightly more child-friendly. So of course he has more children watching his videos, and statistically a certain number of children get terminal illnesses. And so, oh god, I don't like this story. I don't like this story at all. It's just gonna restart the whole thing. And like, he was like, oh yeah, the guy said the guy requested me, but he said, oh yeah, he had watched a couple of your videos because we collabed. And like, if you want, you can come be here. And I was like, it was either do the stream or go do that. And everyone was like, oh my god, Toy Cat, you should be with the, you know, the dying child. And it's like, I totally understand the on the surface response of that. And I seem like a monster for saying what I'm saying here, right? Like, how dare I give my time to anyone that isn't, but like that, I guess that's like the most extreme. I think the way you can define pretty much any value system is by its most extreme examples. And that's like totally a point too, right? My system of I go with people, I like to spend my time with people who want me to spend their time with them. That's how I exist in life. And if, you know, like, being alongside someone who, like, oh, I guess kind of knows me, versus 2,000 people who actively, they hit the bell. You had to be here at a specific time. Right now, there's 1,968 people here specifically because they want to be here to speak to me, versus, and it's like, in what world is that not the correct thing to do? Except in the world where you're just going with the thing that you would say, right? If you're actually curious, I recorded a video message, like, later that... I recorded a video message earlier that day and sent it to them. It's like, hey, here you go. If you want to get in touch with... I put the thing out there because I didn't want to do that personally. But everyone's like, you monster. This is the rule set society has. It doesn't matter what the burden is, but there is a certain burden. But you will do that burden if it is for... Because, you know, there's, like, certain groups society cares about above all else, which is good. Like, it's good that, as humans, we care about certain things on some level. Can we do this the other way around? Can we put the mending... You cannot. So this is a 30 free cost pickaxe, but now we don't have to repair it again. So that'll be nice, I guess. You one of the 10 or so channels I have hit the bell for, says Andrew Crashed. Right? Is it... What is more important, though? If... Actually, wait, chat. I don't like this. Everyone's going to hate me for this. Chat, if you were dying right now... Like, right now, so statistically speaking, there's 2,000 people watching. The death rates of the average human for every average year, it's something like 1.5, maybe 2%. So given that number, at least 20 of you, maybe if we're conservative, 10 of you, will die before the end of the year. Probably more given the current situation, right? Sorry to say it, chat. Which version of Minecraft do you like better? I want the developers from Java to make Minecraft Bedrock. That'd be the perfect mix of both worlds. Chat, okay, so statistically, some of you are going to die in the next year. Sorry to say it, it's true. Now you know. Hope you can get your affairs in order in time. So, now that you know, now that you're aware of that fact, you just learned. Sorry to be the one to break the news to you. Usually there's people for this, but not today. It's so weird having an empty XP bar, right? But since some of you are gonna die, if you were gonna die, let's say I can make a decision between stream Like, let's say we're gonna alter the scenario. This is someone who really does. If you're here watching right now. You're hanging out with me at 20 past midnight on a Thursday. We are close on some level. It's parasocial close. I don't know you. You don't really know me. You know the version of me that exists on the internet, which to me is pretty close to the real me, but you don't know for sure. I don't really know you beyond the collective you. But if you could, let's say this was a real scenario, you're about to die. You can have me personally for an hour. Let's say we'll play some Minecraft together. Or do you want me to stream for everyone else? I want to hear your actual opinions. Let's pretend you're dying. Do you want my personal time? Or not? Also, I hate myself, but Toy Cat is yes. Like, of those two choices, which way do you want it? Do you wanna spend your time with this? Personal. I want you to stream. You should stream. Stream the personal time. Honestly, that'd be probably the optimal thing. If I was about to die, you could stream. Play and stream together. Why not both? Stream, play with me. Personal, because I'm too awkward. Personal, see, oh, isn't that interesting? See, the majority of people are like, yeah, you should stream to it. I can watch the stream, and then so can a lot of other people. And a lot of other people are like, but deaf, you know? It changes everything. Maybe what it is. Hashtag turtle. I can imagine a kid being sick watching videos and streams. That makes me question their existence. I mean, I guess like there is still like a very heavy tutorial element to some of the videos. Maybe there are just people who like don't see everything else, or when they do, they're like, you know, Toy Cat's going on the deep end talking about how God is dead again. Let's just back away for a bit. Stream, but I get all the highlighted comments, says Moonbean. There you go. Found a compromise. Personal, because the stream does not care to me, says Alexander Boy. To you, is everyone else here on the stream of like a secondary nature? Because that's the truth about these streams, right? So anyone watching the stream right now, it's you and me. We're having a personal time. You. Not everyone else. You and me, one-on-one. To some of you, that's actually effective. You're like, yeah, it's just you and me. And like, even if you know consciously that like, yeah, there's other people here, you know on a reality level that you know the truth is that like there are other people if you think about it. But some people have a really strong ability. I actually kind of envy people like this. Some people have a really strong mind that they can literally ignore things that are against what they want to believe. Your views are weird, but you speak the truth. I think the truth is that like there's no such thing as objective truth, right? There are things that are closer to it and there are things that are further away from it. But I say what I believe, and I have a different worldview to the majority. Either one of two things is probably true. Either I'm wrong and I'm just born with a different set of values, or maybe I learned them somewhere in my life. Like, you know, for instance, death. Probably in person, but I wouldn't have to pay money to get you to read my message, says Nathan. You know what? Actually, if I hang out with you in person, you better believe I'm asking for a limo ride there. That's my condition if, Actually, no, a limo ride anyway doesn't sound very fun to me. But I digress. Forget about the people dying. We should be really sad about the fact that the Malaysian circumcision convention was supposed to happen this weekend. Malaysian circumcision convention. Oh my god, that is a tragedy. If I were to die, then do a stream in dedication to me. See, here's the funny thing. If I did a stream for every... Okay, here's a dark thought. I have 1.4 million subscribers I've gained over the last 10 years. Think about what percentage of people are... You know, there's a term dead subscribers. But literally, some percentage of my subscribers are not alive. There are people who clicked subscribe on my channel all that time ago. And now I'm curious and who got its dead defense. I'm just calling, I think it's Niche. Nietsch? I don't know how you say his name. It's a weird German dude from 200 years ago. It's kind of cool that his philosophy has lasted all this time. Also kind of awful. I'm such an awkward person. Eep, says Alcazar. Damn straight, you're an awkward... I think the best response to that, actually, you're such an awkward person. Eep. Thank you, Thindos. What a name that is. But yeah. Like I also do think like something about people must change when they see something die. There's a concept in Harry Potter about this. They're called like estrels or something. the magic carriages in Harry Potter move because there's these thing. They're like horses, but you can only see them when you're dead. It's a weird magic thing. Don't think too much about it. But I think there is a little truth about something that like when people. Also, I'd rather watch a stream while dying than having an awkward chat and of people losing out. Says what Commander Y. Hey, my man Commander Y. That's what I'm talking about. But it is definitely. There seems to be a thing. Vestrals, says Amanda Gambler. Thank you, I Mine Blocks and Luke Yetis as well. Okay, we got it. Vestrals. I'm sorry. See, I'm bad at references. I don't know things very well. We've gathered that now. I hope that we can put Toy Cat to shame some more another time. But so yeah, there's these Vestrals that you can only see when you die, and when someone dies, not when you die. So if you've seen someone who's if someone in your life has died, you see horses. So very few people see them, but they have like a different outlook on life or whatever. That's what the point is meant to be of it, at least. But I think there's like a little bit of truth in that, and that people who have had a immediate death somewhere in their family about someone they cared about, it feels different, right? It's meant to. Like whenever TV shows are like, oh, I never got to, you know, like I never got to talk to them before they died, and it's like. Yeah, no one ever does, you know? That's how humans work. You know, if you knew they were gonna die, then you should have told someone because that's you know, like I don't know. Like when people die suddenly, because most people don't die suddenly, but they go into a condition where they're unstable and at any point they could die. But you never expect it's gonna be when it is because people die at random intervals. It's all chance based. Like people like to believe like, oh yeah, you get pretty good warning when you're gonna die. You don't. That's not. In reality how it works. But my point of that is like it's one of those things I can't relate to, but I imagine if someone in your life does die, the idea of like, oh yeah, there's so many things you can't say to them. The concept like I can't even wrap my head around, but like, oh yeah, it must be weird to think there's this thing that I wanted to tell them and now I can't. I can't tell anyone. Don't challenge the Potterhead, says Alex Mayer. Honestly, when it comes to like any particular niche fandom, it's probably best to just like keep it at arm's length. That's my life pro tip. It'll make you a better person. So let's fly onto this and let's dig a tunnel. Let's dig a nice tunnel this way. Ooh, it goes through a cave. How nice. So yeah, we're gonna mine for the Nether a little bit, just so the title's not inaccurate. And we might eventually turn this into like a blue ice pathway or something. I'm not too sure. I just want to have this here for now. It's gonna be nice. He recognized me, says Alex Mayer. Wow, I recognize you twice. I'm basically a hero. Looks at my various fandom, says Half-Blood Hufflepuff. Like, the concept of a fandom is interesting, right? Because it's like an elite club trying to keep people out. There's so many aspects of, like, society that are set up this way. Like, let's only have people that are like us. Because people are very different to each other. Thank you, Daddy J, for paying the Twicket tax. Like this Australian man who is called Daddy J. Is that a fatherly thing or is that a sex thing? We don't know. We just know his name. But people are really different to each other, and like trying to find similarities between your common man is very man in the human sense, by the way. But like you know it's a struggle everyone has. And Anime Cat was gonna die, and like before he did, I finally said I was okay with him dying. It was a year ago on the 28th of March. Now I'm crying. Thanks. I'm sorry for that, friend. I actually am. I apologize. Oh, geez, I didn't want to do that. I apologize very much for making you think about your cat's death. Isn't it? No, let's not say that for. But the truth of the matter is that I guess there are some things you can't understand. You know, the trying to make an elite club is something we all do on some levels. You know, like even the very concept of like a safe space is like that. On like an extreme level, but like for like views of some form. But the truth is we're always like trying to find people that are alike to us. Because you know what? Humans be like that, we do. We just want to find people that are like us, but different. And that's kind of beautiful if you ask me. That our biggest the most similar person to you is yourself. But most people don't like themselves. They want people who are like themselves, but only in a few ways. Maybe that's interesting. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's just how humans be. Also, my cat died of cancer a year ago. Yeah, honestly, okay, you know. So let me clarify. I've had a pet die. Like, I've had my childhood cat died of like my childhood cat died when I like actually that cat's the same age as me, or it would have been. I think I was like 18 when my child like I had a cat that lived till 18. I think that's really old for a cat, right? Maybe I'm crazy. It was a Persian. It was a whole thing. But yeah, so I have had a cat die. I had my guinea pigs die. Like one died and then one went like a couple of months afterwards. So I'm not being insensitive to this, but I really do think that like the difference between, I guess it depends on your relationship with said animal and person. Because everyone always expects you to be like, oh yeah, your grandma just died. Like I would care about, actually both my grandmas I think I care about. But I had like oh I really, this is something I shouldn't say. There is a relation, someone in my family died, and it was like, oh. And then my life went on. It was someone I had met once, and had thought, oh, yeah, they exist. We never had a conversation that I could recall. They sent me a birthday card a couple of times in my life, and one of the times I think it had money in. So they were a benefactor. But it's like, you know, not everyone has to care about death. But maybe that's like the insensitive, like, you know, it's easy we don't talk about that bit. Maybe because it's like easy to just pretend like, oh yeah, everyone's impacted by this. But like, you know, it's kind of to go back to the previous thing. Like, if you know how there's like all these fandoms of like different things. Everyone is within that fandom assumes, because they surround themselves with like-minded people. Like when a new Harry Potter book comes out, because one will eventually, right? Like it's only a matter of time until J.K. Rowling just like Rowling. All Americans say Rowling, even though she said it's Rowling many times. But anyway, if 20 of us will die this year, there's around 18 days until one of us dies. There's a 5.5% chance that... Oh, you removed your own message, friend. My dad's second youngest of 11, so I had a lot of aunts and uncles passed. Second youngest of 11. Jesus Christ. How does someone have 11 children, Catgale? But like, so within the Minecraft world, I'm guilty of this too. When a new Minecraft update comes out, I'm like, this changes the world. And to me, it changes my world. For sure. But as far as like the average person, they're like, ah, that's cool. Was like, you know, I follow this snapshot. I follow the snapshots for the Nether every single week. You see the videos here on this channel. I'm excited about these new changes. But the average person is just like, oh, cool, Minecraft just got some Nether stuff. Maybe I'll get back into the game now. And understanding the difference between like your relative bubble and the world, it's like one of those things I've like tried my hardest to do over time. Thank you very much, Glyraid. Glyraid? What sort of a name is Glyraid? I ask you that very sincerely, Mr. Glyraid. Also, how long is it going to take for this pickaxe to like get to full? Oh, it just got to full. Okay, well, I feel silly for asking now. So yeah, we got ourselves a mending pickaxe with fortune, official. Like this is a perfect pickaxe, and it's the only one I'm ever going to put mending on. So the people out there who ask like, hey, put mending on a pickaxe, Toycat. I did it for you. I did it for you, and I hope you're happy now. I sincerely hope you're happy. My grandpa was the youngest of 9. My mum was the second oldest of 13. My dad is one of 26 at Spud. I do not believe that. You're gonna have to find me some family tree or something. Having 26 children, bear in mind that women are, I guess if you had multiple, like, women are fertile for like, what, like 25 years? I'd like, you know, men can be like productive for like as much, you know, like they can live a long time and I think it never turns off. But like, and there's 9 months to make a baby, and also make, you know, like you can't just make a baby every 9 months because there's not only is there a cool down, but also there's like a, you know, even if you're trying to have a child, you're not guaranteed. That's a struggle that the world has that we don't joke about enough. We should make more jokes about miscarriages. It would make the, this is something one of my friends said who had one. Like, yeah, the world, like, you feel isolated because people don't talk about it enough. We should make jokes all the time about losing, you know, like, about, like, fetus, you know, these are jokes that are useful things in the world. But, yeah, so, like, having that many children, I don't believe it's a thing that can be done. The birds and the bees of Toycat. Let's do, like, the worst version of the birds and the bees. Like, when I do have a child, I'm gonna, like, teach them sex education the wrong way around. Like, so, son, I know you're curious about why all of the girls, or about where babies come from. But first of all, let me tell you what happens to statistically most of babies, because guess what? You know, vast majority of human beings never make it to life. They end up somewhere in a toilet. I may have one child if I have a partner who's into having kids. Yeah, that's always been my kind of position, right? Like, okay, let's a child sounds fine. A thing that's out there. Maybe a second if I'm like thinking about risk mitigation, but not many more than that. Morgan Dunn, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It is your 21st birthday. I mean, quarantine of the month. Thanks for streaming on my birthday. Happy birthday, Morgan Dunn. I'm offering you this. You cannot ask for this, friendos of the internet. But Morgan Dunn, that is a cool thing. For your birthday, ask me to do a thing, and I'll try my best to. No, it was my dad. I was 18. Harry Potter: Age of Ultron. So can't read this just to waste a few seconds. Realize how pointless this comment is, and also I lost one of my cats. Oh man, that comment took a turn for the worst at the end. No, okay, so let's go this way a bit more. Man, I'm mining Nether quartz in probably the like least efficient way, but I'm having fun doing it, and that's what matters. So many people will be like, "But you're not playing Minecraft efficiently." It's like, let's chill, let's have fun. I don't think I'll ever have the patience to be a parent. Yeah, right. Like children are objectively just bad. Like, no offense, children off the internet, but like, no, yeah, there is this like thing of like, one of the two. It's weird because I don't know how we got this bred out of us. Like, it clearly at some point we changed because humans on some level, you can debate as to which level, our two purposes in life, our two primary purposes, are to survive and to reproduce. Surviving is a no-brainer, and we reproduce so that we survive past our own lifetime. Evolutionary speaking, obviously, there's some different understandings you can come up with, whatever. But like evolutionarily speaking, it's easy to create a being that lasts for 40 years and then that just recreates itself, than to create a being that lasts for 400 years. And I've always thought that's a tragedy, honestly. Also, Coven B, poo-poo, pew-pew. Wait, chat, okay, wait, since we're talking about death anyway, this is something I've wondered forever. If we lived for, like 800 years as opposed to 80, chat, do you think that we would see, like, because right now, 80 years is like, it's like a long life, but also a short life, right? Like, it's kind of like, think about 80 years ago and how, like, it was a long time ago. But, I mean, you've gone through a quarter. If you're 20 right now, you've gone through a quarter of your life. If you're 40, you've gone through half of the average lifespan, whatever. Do you think if we lived for 800 years, we would see it, like, proportionally as the same? Like, oh man, only 800 years? You know, like, things would just be like, you know, you go on holiday for, like, 10 weeks instead of 1 week. You'd start measuring your, like, I don't know, your everything by decades, etc. Do you think we'd appreciate more life if we had it? Or do you think it's like the opposite of that? Why are we talking about this? Why talk about death, says Mr. Oof. You're not Mr. Oof. You've convinced me. Never, we're just not going to. No more death. We're gonna kill that conversation. And we're gonna go do something, we're gonna talk about something else. Chat, you know what? Since I need to mine some Nether quartz, I was about to go, but let's do a Toy Cat talks about what chat wants him to talk about section. Let's chill. And let's answer your questions. Why are we talking about this? Why are we talking about death, says Mr. Oof. He's killed it. He's killed it. If I lived for 700 years, I would never. See, right, to me, that seems like impossibly long. Like, oh, 2800, I can't be living till then. I think so much of society would change. I think so much of the world changes based on life expectancy, but that's a whole nother thought. How do you feel about mortar balance, says Mr. Viggs? I think mortar balance are great. For sure, it would become the new norm. Yeah, right, because, like, right now, the way we see children is we used to think that you needed to have, like, 10 children if you wanted to, like, have a future. Now we think, like, 1, 2, 3 if you're going crazy. I think, like, 5 children's, like, the craziest anyone can imagine, right? And that's interesting. Because, again, like, oh, jeez. Oh, painful. So my birthday's on the 10th. Please say happy birthday, it'll make my day. Happy birthday, it'll make my day. So Kaz, yes, says your mum. Thank you, your mum. But whose mother really is it? It's a good question. It's an important question. Yeah, we've got what would the age of consent be if we lived to 800, says Daniel Holmes. I guess it would depend if we, like... Because right now, we're living for longer, but the age at which we reach, like, at least voluntarily speaking... Actually, wait, no, it's not. When the average lifespan was, like, 35, the age of... Like, Romeo and Juliet were both 14. Here's a fun fact. Like, Romeo and Juliet would have both been... Actually, I think Romeo would have been, like, a pedophile if you take that tale and make it today. And that's only 500 years ago, where the life expectancy was... Even though the average life expectancy was 35, lots of people lived till, like, 60. So we added another 20 years to life, and the age of consent's gone up, like, 5-6 years. Although there just wasn't an age of consent before. So I guess what I'm trying to say is... man, can you imagine, like... No, I'm not going to go down this hole. Still 18 if you matured, then still. Also, what is this? What is... It looks like something exploded. Like, is this naturally this way? Or has there been a... Whatever, we're not going to focus on that. Romeo would have been 16, Juliet would have been 14. That is statutory in a lot of places, friend. But Romeo the Nonce, a sad shape bomb. Honestly, so I feel like Romeo and Juliet, like, remasters are like, you know, there's a billion of them out there. You can't tell a unique one. Wait, Romeo and Juliet, but inside Minecraft. There you go. There's a video title for the ages. I don't think I do a good job at it because I don't care about the story too much. Like, everyone always says, like, oh yeah, you know, Shakespeare's works are still really good. And it's like, well, they're not really good. They're like, okay. Also, thank you very much, Kavan. Wait, Kavan. Best thing to do to stop climate change is to remove humans, and the legal way is to not have children. So I've got a thought about that, Kavan. A lot of people like to say humans are the virus, which is, you know, because, like, especially right now, like, humans are flying less, humans are polluting less, we're doing less of the things that we consider good, and the planet is, you know, it's healing or whatever people say in the meantime. And although that's true on some level, sure, I actually think that, like, humans are what we want to be. If we wanted to be a species that polluted nothing, we could be, and in fact, we intend to get there eventually, right? The end goal is indeed to take humans, you know, like into, you know, like we don't kill the planet because we want to. We kill it because it's slightly easier than not killing the planet. So what we do is we as humans shift the incentives over a long period of time. Because if you do it too quickly, like, it's that thing where if you tell someone to do something, they don't like doing it as much as if you just make it the logical thing to do. What happens if you mine glowstone with fortune? I actually don't know. Do you just get 4 glowstone back? You get 4. Okay, so it's not more valuable than just doing it properly. But, yeah, like, my real take on this is that, like, although, like, also, you missed a $5 donation from someone. Hey, thank you, Morgan Dunn. He said build a huge gem in your world. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build a huge M. And by huge M... Wait, actually, huge, I would say 3 meters is huge. Let's build an M in this little cave. So, if this map ever goes for download, Morgan Dunn, and my intention is that it should. Again, I've been speaking with someone else about it now. It's just, it's the biggest headache. It's like the Death Star, like, it's just never getting done. Now you know there's a secret M in this cave. Wait, if we just dig this down a little more. Okay, we just dig around a little bit on all sides. Look how big I made your M, Mr. Morgan Dunn. This is the happiest of birthdays for you. This is your M. It belongs to you. It's hidden away so people can't see it. But believe me when I say it's special. It's got a candle on, like happy birthday. How nice that is. I mining Quartz just get fortune 3 instead of fortune 2. Bernardo Negri. I think you must be like back in the stream, so I don't know why I'm responding to your comment, but just in case. Sort of, yes. Also, by the way, look, we've been in a cave this whole time. We basically had the cave update, but in the Nether. Why do we even need a cave update now, right? Why do we even need it? But it looks like a cake. It does look a bit like a cake. So, yeah, I've enjoyed hanging out, mining, playing some survival with all of you friends. Appreciate you coming along and giving the love that you always do. Tomorrow, I'm a little torn between streaming all 4 boss run and, like, surviving in a random dimension. I think I should do the dimension thing just because, like, you know, that's time limited, etc., etc. So what I will say right now, actually, let's go up there. Let's get these. What I will say right now is that tomorrow we're doing something. Expect some amount of hecticness. I'm trying to, like, I'm always doing like minor things to try and make like streams more enjoyable for myself and hopefully for those of you who enjoy the same things I do. Because the truth is like our incentives are aligned when you enjoy the things that I make, and if you don't enjoy the things that I make, then our incentives are misaligned. But yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna be streaming. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I'd recommend you check it out because just like how everything comes to an end one day, so too must the things we make in this world. Dimensions for sure. What's up? Okay, chat. If you're angry at me doing dimensions that are the boss run, it's all Michael Paul's fault now, and Kylo agrees. It's all their fault. It's not my decision. I'm just listening to chat. I'm doing what. It's funny actually. Like one of my favorite things is people say like you should listen to your subscribers, which is like the dumbest thing of like. Well, I mean, you know, your subscribers are a big disparate group of people. Like if I say right now, this is so wholesome. Says Burton 7. I feel like wholesome's like, because online there's like 3 emotions you can sell to people, if you're like, I'd say there's like probably more, like because inform, educate, entertain is like how you make things. If you just want to like, if you want like a tweet or something, it's the easiest emotions to sell, is what I'm trying to say, are like wholesome, like improve someone's life, or make them so angry so they focus on how to fix that hole that you, like you can sell people happiness, or you can sell people sadness and then immediately sell them the antidote. You know? And I personally try to choose not to give people the sadness. But maybe that's what I do when I talk about how, like, you know, isn't it funny how life is pointless, lol? Although I don't ever say that. I give people existential crises. A lot of people have still been saying about how, we spoke about the other day that, like, you never have a live conversation. Because there's no such thing as live, because it takes a certain amount of time.
Don't take the blame, lol. I think the dimensions are so interesting. For the record, I like all 4 boss.
Oh no, what he's saying, what Michael Paul is saying is he wants to see us do the dimensions, and I'm just going with dimensions, because, you know, this man sticks it. The M is beautiful, best birthday ever. No, for real, Morgan Dunn, I hope you have the best birthday. 21 is, I would say it's huge, but in reality it just means, like, you're like a full adult now. In the modern world, you're not really, like, treated like a full adult in some places, but, like, anywhere that's not like the discretion of some individual, you're a full adult now. You can do anything you want. You can adopt a child legally in the UK. That's something, right? Do you want to adopt a child legally in the UK? You are now legally within your rights to do so. That's nice, isn't it? Why is New Year celebrated worldwide when there's another year? Why don't we celebrate a new month or new day or something? I've said this before, Jack Burke. We should say Happy New Day. Happy New Month. Happy New everything. We did Happy New April, actually. That was fun. We celebrated live on this channel. It was pretty. I did fight 10 withers in one video. I love you. It's a good idea. Also, Dimensions be awesome, says Amanda Gap. It looks like the chat has voted for Dimensions, and I'm totally not going with it because I said it was time sensitive and a better idea. I'm going with it because I'm listening to people. That's what I'm doing right now, and you can't prove otherwise. But no, thank you for watching. I think I've tried to outro and then not twice now. But thank you very much for watching. Actually, no, let's see how much Never Quartz. Ah, Jesus! Well, we made a new lava pool. And it's big, too. That's always great. Just to make this easier to deal with, right? There you go. Sorted. I did not realize I was 5 minutes behind, says Commander Y. Wait, right now? Oh, it's too late for anyone who is behind. Right now, if you're watching this live stream, there's a live button. I think only on PC. If you press it, you'll know for a factual thing. Also, Pakistan Man 2135. Hello, thank you for paying the ticket tax. Oh, jeez, that's what I'm talking about. I'll be there. I'm looking forward to seeing you, Michael Poole. By the way, your name. I don't know if you like. I'm assuming you live in the United States based on the dollars. But Poole is like a 2nd, maybe 3rd tier city in the UK. It's very non-notable. And maybe that makes you feel good about your
so it doesn't stop.
Ah, you're trying to trick me, Nathan. You're trying to trick me. So I can't talk his mouth off. I love it. If I spoke my mouth off, I wouldn't be able to speak anymore. I just want to let you know that's the ramification of that one. Actually, I've got another question. While we're here, like, I like live feedback. So you know the Nether update. Have you heard about it? It's this little thing. I don't make videos on it every week. So the Nether update, you know, it's called that because they're never going to update the caves. But the Nether up. Man, I should have made that joke more. But that's a good joke. I'm gonna put that in a book. But the Nether update is something that, like, the number one question everyone always has is like, but when? Like, people are now on the stage where they're like, I've seen this in development for long enough. I want it to, like, be here. Do you think it's the sort of thing that, like, making a video being like, here's what we know so far is good? Or do you think, given that it hasn't changed too much since last time, it's not a good idea? There you go. I believe my dad's side is from Europe. See, Europe is a very big continent. So right now we've got this much Nether quartz. If we condense it down, we'd end up with, like, 1,000. But I think I need, wait, 128 by 128? Let me do the maths on what I need. 128 by 128. I need 16,000, which will be divided by 2 because it's all slabs. I need 8,192, which will be divided by 64 for the number of stacks. I need 128 stacks, and right now I have like 10, 20 maybe. So yeah, we need a lot more quartz. I'm gonna be mining for a while, aren't I? It's gonna be some time I'm gonna be spending it. But yeah, today we finally did something. We did the unthinkable. We got a mending pickaxe of fortune on, and it's because all of you hung out and made my evening. I hope that you had a good evening, because I'll see you all in the next evening, tomorrow evening. Thank you for watching. Have a nice evening. Goodbye. Yeah, that's a good idea, Toba the Raw King. But yeah, goodbye. For real. If you ever freeze ice, don't leave it in the freezer too long. It gets this weird taste to it. Oh, too frozen ice. I tell you, too frozen. Goodbye.